Super cool. I love that video. I'm working on constructing a micro grow chamber. That's cool. Yeah, like, is it one of those? I know they have metal cabinets that are like fireproof, if you will, because they're metal. Great stuff. Have you ever seen Space Bucket's website? They like to share. People create homebrew grow totes, and they share their designs to inspire others. If you are interested, I strongly encourage if you sharing your journey there, if you get it to full fruition. That's super cool. Yeah. I have a link. If you type !info, Space Bucket should be there. But it's like if you Google Space Buckets, you'll see the website about the grow totes. Yes, it's at the bottom of that list. Spacebuckets.com to see DIY user submitted blueprints. Oh, satisfying. Yeah, I'm updating that list because there are several websites that have changed hands because the people that operate them went broke. But growweedeasy.com, Space Buckets, Leafline Normal, they're great ones. Micro Growery is a great sub forum. Yeah, that's cool. And there are these things. I want to do it myself. If you haven't seen them, they sell CO2 totes, little bags. Like you know how you can go to the nursery and get small packages of nutrients and stuff, or like the small plastic bags they have for cat food and stuff. There's bags like that with fungus, and you could take one of these and put it in your grow space and it will emit CO2 without having to incorporate a full-on system for CO2 specifically, you know what I mean? And I think it's a good tester. I want to do it myself because I've learned that the higher the ppfd of your light source, the more you need to incorporate CO2 to complement it hand in hand for optimal growth. Well, that was hype. Yeah. Yeah, it's super cool. I see some peeps coming back and checking out. Oh, right on. Yeah. Automation is pretty legit. I myself, I am all about having that contact. There's so much to automate. I've seen, like, I knew a guy that was doing. He actually put together an automated grow tote, and it had sensors to detect growth as the plant stretched towards the light. It had a reservoir, and they kept track of like pH particles per million and stuff. But there was definitely something missing in that setup. I, for a long time, tried my best not to emulate that because I had seen certain results from their setup. And then I gave it a shot, but I do my grow separately. Like I'm actually hand feeding my plants every day and stuff. And I got different results because I was doing a lot of like defoliation and making sure that certain things weren't occurring, like we set up feed schedules and whatnot, and certain things like overwatering essentially is one major thing. There's a thing with that, like I've talked with people, overwatering is not necessarily how much you water increment wise each time, but how frequently you water your plants. The soil becomes too compact. It's no longer able to intake as much fresh oxygen as you're doing the thing. And that stunts the growth in a certain way. The taproots can't travel as well through your mediums, stuff like that, Several things that go on, sorry. That was just rambling on ideas of cultivation. That's super cool. But I wish I had some time to get some schooling in. I'd like to go and get more training for horticulture specifically. A lot of my own experience and education was through the pursuit of text personally. I used to work for an organic lavender farm, and they were my introduction to soil science. And my boss, the president of the company, recommended these texts from Jeff Lowenfels, this retired lawyer that accumulated information from actual scientists like Dr. Elaine Ingham to talk about the soil food web, how plants interact with the soil food web, creating nutrients, and how everything works hand in hand. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's a craft. It's something else, shaping plants to get the growth you want versus just, putting a plant in soil and watching it do its thing. But I am grateful that I have this experience because I've delved into several styles of cultivation and not just one. I know a lot of people that work with one group, one company, one method, and they just roll with it. And there are several things that are factors that make it different for everybody. Most of the time when people are working with one method and stuff, it's because they have found what works for them with their environment, their budget, and availability and supplies, resources and stuff like that. I've gotten all this experience. I've been doing this for 10 years with my co-op. And all this other experience that I've accumulated over several years with other things, I spent a lot of time doing the thing, field training, following instruction, and then the last 5 years have been delving heavily into soil science, water science, now plant science, light science, to better understand what's occurring, not just following instruction and hoping for the best, you know what I mean? Now we look at the plants in such a different manner. I have a better understanding of what's going on based on how I commit to my own interference with the plant's cultivation. It's cool.